Hendrick, I know we're talking about lots of different things, but I just want to make sure that I understand the basic premise of what we're doing here today. If we divide the world into two buckets, bucket A are the bonds of Arkansas, bucket B are all the other spending priorities that Arkansas might have today and in the future. If you're S&P and you're doing a bond rating, all you care about, the only thing you care about in assigning that rating is how confident can I tell investors they should be about getting money in bucket A, no matter what, the bonds. And all the things that go on in all the other spending priorities and all the various ideas and complexities of those in bucket B are competition for the money that would repay the bonds. So the whole point here, if we choose to do it, we don't have to do it, but if we choose to do it, that they're looking at is, are we willing to relinquish our control of directing money to bucket B instead of directing it to bucket A? And that is the decision we're making, and as all of this discussion is evidencing, it's a big decision because we are relinquishing our ability to more easily direct money away from what S&P says is important to the bond rating. So, Senator Hendrick, the fundamental question we're grappling with here is, are we willing to give up some control in order to make the ratings agencies and bond investors more confident they will be paid back their Arkansas bond money?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I don't know that I would use control as the best word. It's just a mythology on how we're going to access those dollars. And the fact is we still have, as we've discussed at length, significant amount of control on the release of those dollars at the legislative level.
Representative Collins. Senator Dismang, you have a question?
Question, and really probably for Kevin, just some clarification on, there's been a lot of talk about utilizing this for the federal highway match. And one of the, and just to kind of make you aware, if you weren't aware, one of the legislative changes to RSA, from what the governor proposed, was to actually fund that match with the existing rainy day funds. And so though that obligation is going to be met, there does not need to be a transfer or even a thought that we're going to transfer for that out of this fund to meet this year's obligation. And what that means is that we're actually 2 years out from having, that consideration on the federal match, which again, that's 2 years of planning for us to make that match. If there isn't a surplus, whatever circumstance may arise, we change taxation structures, whatever it is. That is not an immediate issue and one that, and again, is that correct, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, sir, that is correct. We did set aside money for that highway match in the rainy day fund in the regular session.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Stubblefield, you're recognized for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is for Kevin also.